Salutations everyone, and welcome to What Mattered, the show where I tell you what mattered in the news this week. Howard the Duck and Deadpool are getting a crossover series called Deadpool the Duck, because we demanded it, apparently. By far, the biggest news coming out of TwitchCon last week was the announcement of Twitch Prime, a new service that is bundled with Amazon Prime. So if you already have Amazon Prime, it's not going to cost you a dime. So it's your similar $100 price model, and it comes with free games, free Twitch Prime exclusive things, like there's a new Hearthstone character and skins on Smite, and you're going to be getting free stuff all the time with this service, and it's not going to cost you anything extra if you already have Amazon Prime, and it's currently available right now. You can get a 30-day subscription, of course, for free, so you can get that in US, Canada, UK, France, Italy, or Spain. I'd assume more countries will be rolling out in the near future. Also, with this, you can get one free subscription to a channel of your choice every single month. So if you already have Amazon Prime and you don't have the emotes that you want, you can go ahead and get that right now. Or if you don't have Amazon Prime and you live in one of those lucky countries, you can get it for free for 30 days. And the Twitch streamer whom channel you get that free subscription for will be getting that money for it. So might as well, if you're in any of those countries, support, one of your favorite streamers out there by giving this a shot. You can also use their emotes for the month. So that's really, really cool. If you already have Amazon Prime, it doesn't cost you an extra dime. So cannot wait to see what more free stuff that people can get out of Twitch Prime. And when you compare its price model to Twitch Turbo, this is just absolutely better, especially when you get that free subscription every single month bundled in. There should be no reason why anyone renews Twitch Turbo when they can just go to Twitch Prime for a much more competitive pricing model, and you get more out of it. So we all know that the huge releases of the year typically come out next month in November. We have Battlefield coming out here very soon, and of course Call of Duty with their Infinite Warfare, but more importantly, their COD 4 Remastered. Now, a lot of people are going to be getting the limited edition just to play COD 4 because Infinite Reward is absolute bollocks, and nobody should be caring about Infinite Warfare. But it sounds like if you really want to get that COD 4 Remaster, you have to keep your Infinite Warfare disc because it's being held hostage. You actually have to have Infinite Warfare's disc running in your console in order to play COD 4 Remastered. So yeah, they thought ahead. They know nobody wants Infinite Warfare, so they bundled it in Modern Warfare Remastered. And they know that people would, just sell off Infinite Warfare, used to GameStop or Best Buy or Walmart, any of those used buying game services, and just get, the money back and still be able to play the Modern Warfare Remastered. But no, they thought ahead. They're all about the money, which is how this came out in the first place, and the fact that you can only get it with the Infinite Warfare Special Edition, and now you have to keep it if you want to play COD 4. So this week we got a ton of Pokemon Sun and Moon news, including the Stage 2 evolutions of your 3 available starters, which people... they look like this, so a lot of people have their reactions, positive, negative, or neutral, mostly positive or neutral towards Litten's evolution, and there's some criticism about Rowlet's very vain second stage, and Popplio didn't really get a lot of love when he was first introduced, and he's getting even less so in this one. But if you've already chosen your starter, that's absolutely awesome. I'm personally going to actually wait to see what the third stage of evolution looks like for the starters. See if maybe there's some dual typing that happens, which sometimes does happen in the final stage, and only in that final stage for starters. Kind of torn between Litten and Rowlet at the beginning, and the second stage is typically the stage that you see the least amount of in-game. So I'm going to be holding out to see what that third stage looks like, but I really have nothing against any of them thus far. And we also learned that the much rumored demo for Sun and Moon will be coming out on the 18th of this month, and you can get Ash Greninja if you play the demo, and that will be able to go on to your full Sun and Moon game. So a little bit of stuff to look forward to this month, as well as, I'm assuming, tons of more info, because apparently they don't want to leave anything to have us guessing about when the game comes out, because they're telling us everything. Gears of War 4 comes out on Tuesday, or yesterday if you bought the limited edition, or maybe you're already playing it because you're one of those 10 million people on YouTube who got a free Xbox One Gears 4 bundle, which is cool for those people. But for us laymen's, we're gonna have to wait till Tuesday. But with the Gears 4 launch event and live stream, we did learn a new bit of information in that there is going to be a Gears of War movie. And there's actually 2 producers lined up. No writer, no script, no director. Not buying it. Sorry. We've been burnt about anything coming out of a potential Gears of War movie for the past, like, half a decade. And there's really no reason I think that this is going to be any more credible than those last ones. Sure, there are actual people attached to it this time, but let me know when there's a writer or a finished script and a director on board that stays on board, which we always see just jumping in and out when it comes to these highly anticipated video game movie adaptations. I don't expect this Gears of War one to be any different. It's already been a couple of years since the last episode of Legend of Korra aired on, well, the internet, because the last season wasn't actually aired on television when it was first released. But we learned last year at Comic-Con that Korra was going to be getting the graphic novel treatment, much like the original Team Avatar gang was, which we got to see, you know, what happened after Book 3. And here, we also get to learn what happened, like, literally right after the end of the last season, where Korra Sami went to the spirit world, and now they're coming back from the spirit world, and Republic City's kind of fucked up with the whole spirit portals being opened has caused a lot of chaos. So we get to learn what happens there, what happens with that relationship, and we have to wait until June 2017. Oof. It was announced last year at Comic-Con, and this year they didn't even talk about it, and now we have to wait till next year? Okay. We've heard rumors, we've heard some insider information for years now. We've seen some leaked concept arts in the past week. We've seen some tweets, and we finally have confirmation. Beyond Good and Evil, there's going to be a new one. We don't know if it's going to be a sequel, prequel, reimagining, but we finally have confirmation from the Ubisoft studio at Montpellier that they are working on a new Beyond Good and Evil video game, which we last heard, I think, through official channels, was they were trying to make a sequel back in 2008. So I think, once again, like with The Lost Guardian, which kind of had like the same time frame and rumors and schedules and cancellations and things like that, and that's, maybe it's too little too late, but there's always going to be, you know, support and fan outcry for a sequel to this game. And we had that HD remake, sure, but people really wanted another game. And it sounds like they're getting it, or at least it's being worked on right now. So, you know, this time if it gets canceled or something changes, we'll probably hear about it because we now have official confirmation from Ubisoft that it's actually being worked on. We got some new news coming out of Niantic this week, which is usually good news because it means Pokemon Go's getting an update or positive changes or new content or something. And this time we do have some new news and it's some new stuff, but it's really not all that impactful. The upcoming changes is that the badges, it looks like, will finally have some impact on the game, and that the more of one type of Pokemon that you catch, the better chance you have of catching a Pokemon of that type. The screenshot that they used was the same medals that we've seen for, you know, catching 100 poison Pokemon or a wind or fire. So it looks like, hopefully, that will be retroactive because I think we already have all gold medals in pretty much all those categories outside of like maybe steel or ice or dragon, which, you know, there's only 1 or 2 of in the first gen, so those badges are kind of hard to come by. But if it increases, you know, catch rates by just a little bit, I guess that's a positive change, and it finally gives the badges some sort of anything to do with the entirety of the game, because we don't get experience or even like a free Pokeball out of it thus far. So it's finally nice to see that actually that progress will be working us towards something. So next time you see a Grimer, you'll be like, shoot, I've caught so many Ekinses that now I my poison catch rate is so high that I'm not going to miss out on the super rare Pokemon. So that's kind of nice. Another new addition that they had announced was that now when it comes to training up a gym of your own team, you no longer are just stuck with one Pokemon. You can now bring a whole team of 6 like you would when you battle an opponent's gym. And the CPs will be equalized, kind of like in a competitive Pokemon sense, so that anybody of any level or CP Pokemon can help out their gym. This, I don't think, was an absolute necessary change. Maybe it's going to be kind of nice, but maybe this will stop people from using like the Magikarp exploit where they just put in like a super weak Pokemon and then they put something slightly weaker that has an effective bonus against it, because that's 500 XP every time, and then you just see a level 10 gym that only has a Magikarp on it for some reason. So maybe that'll fix that. Probably not. And no word on the rumored incenses that were supposed to be added to the game, according to the same source that told us the buddy system was going to be coming. These new incenses were supposed to be Pokemon type specific, so if you put on a fire incense, you'll allure fire Pokemon, or water incense, or anything like that, which is such a great idea and definitely can make them some bucks, especially for all us places that live nowhere near the water and cannot find enough Magikarps to get a Gyarados. I'm halfway there, still working, but hopefully Niantic, once they've released to all the countries, they can start giving us new content, maybe special events, and hopefully maybe next year Gen 2. But there's still a few Pokemon that they haven't released yet that we're all definitely waiting for and will be coming eventually. Anywho, that is what mattered this week. If you'd like to know what matters in the future, hit the subscribe button. One of these videos comes out every single Saturday. Hope you all enjoyed. Be sure to leave your comments on anything that I mentioned in the comment section below, and I will see you all next time.